There are signs that households are under financial strain. Food prices are also rising rapidly, affecting their affordability. The South African Reserve Bank has hiked the repo rate 9 times since the end of 2021. Banks are starting to factor in the risk of some default on their loans. But for parents with teenage children, their plight can often fall on deaf ears due to peer pressure. Personal finance experts say it's often difficult for teenagers to grasp the extent of their parents' financial problems.
Generally, children live in their own world. They understand things from their own perspective. They understand things from their peers' perspectives as well. And it's very rare that a child will understand life, financial situations from their parents' perspectives. I think children, teenagers who would have some kind of an understanding would probably be those whose parents have had a conversation with them about the financial situations in their homes.
For many teenagers, what matters the most is a sense of belonging among their peer groups. Fashion and the latest cell phone are often non-negotiable.
Parents are old-fashioned, They grew up in that generation where nothing really mattered, You go to school with your cornrows, it's normal. But us now, it's like, it's different, So yes, it is a way of manipulation, but it's the kind of things we encounter as teenagers.
You see your friends having this and you are people, lust is a thing. So you eventually gonna want what your friend has. So you're gonna pressurize your mom into buying you whatever it is that your friends have. So I think peer pressure is the main factor.
These teenagers are prepared to go the extra mile to obtain almost everything that they want from their unsuspecting parents. Many of them say they use school to manipulate their parents to give in to their demands.
You use school as an excuse. No parent will say no to education. If I come and say, Mama, go to school and buy a book, and the book is $200. My mom's gonna do it because she never had the opportunity to get the education that she wanted, and then she wants better for me.
Besides school, I also use my friends as an example because my mom wants me to have everything that she never had. So if I tell her that my friends have this and she thinks about things that happen to her, her not having the things that her friends used to have. So I'm gonna tell her, Mom, my friend has this, and she's gonna be I'll try where I try, and I'll try to give you what I can afford.
We know that, the parents' weaknesses are academics, So every time when having to get that something expensive, I need to align it in school to my school,
Community activist Angie Shalembe blames parents for making it easier for their children to manipulate them.
Imagine a child coming to you and saying, the school needs 1,000 rands, and you give the 1,000 rands. I'm working with children who are under the influence. In most cases, when I interview the parents, it took them quite a long time to finally know or realize that the child is under influence. And all this time, they've been coming 50 rand, 100 rand, and you're just giving and lying about the school. Eventually, you're going to find out that you've been feeding a demon in your own house.
Shalembe says many parents know very little about the character of their children on the streets.
As parents, you never dream of having anything different than an angel as a child. So whenever we see them, we see angels. So it is hard for me to can even think that my child could be capable of committing anything that is wrong or drastic. Okay? And these children are manipulative, I must tell you. The manner in which they behave in the street is not the manner in which they behave when they are at home.
Some struggling parents often borrow from relatives and friends to satisfy their children's endless demands.
I know at home there's this lady they used to borrow money from, So when you need money for school, you actually overstate the amount. For an example, if school requires 50 rand, and then go ahead and be school wants 500 rand. So yeah, we've had those encounters where my parents actually had to go to a mashonisa to get the money and negotiate the terms, the interest, and etc.
I didn't have a phone. My friends had phones. So I was like, no, I'm gonna lie to that extreme point, right? A friend of mine had already offered to give me blazer because like I was already becoming an RCL. So he offered to give me blazer and I was like, it still looks new. If I take money from my mom and say I bought the blazer, she'd believe me.
It's not that hard, but I for one I feel guilty, so like I have to think hard about it first and like think about like, do I really want it to that extent to like lie to her and pressurize her into buying me whatever it is that I want? But it's kind of easy because like she's my mom and she believes me, so I'm last born, last born tendencies. She believes everything that I say and like she eventually does what I want her to do.
Experts say being a present parent can go a long way to help you avoid being manipulated by your children. Tsepo Mongwai, SABC News, Johannesburg.